Hello world of sim racing and welcome to the channel of a weird German sim racer on a wonderful day. I hope you had a great week and all of you are doing fine. Yes, exactly, it is Friday and Friday means we take a little bit of a breather before the upcoming racing weekend and, well, start a little bit of a different video format and also I'm trying to somehow understand what's going on in my head right now. And no, I'm not mad, but lately I have a head full of ideas, a head full of, like, you know, a huge mind map and everything. So I want actually to take a step down, sit down, have a thought, and just think out loud. And while doing so, I think you as a community, you know, before I start talking about it while driving, while racing, and actually distracting myself from my actual tasks that I have in that specific minute, I thought, why not sitting down, talk to a camera, talk to you guys, and get the ideas out. So, first of all, if you do appreciate this format, this video format, and if you have any suggestions, any questions whatsoever, feel free to put them down in the comment area below, as they will probably fuel future videos like this. And actually, you know what? We just get started. So, the reason why I'm sitting down here, talking alone in my room, is because I got my mind full of ideas, my mind full of plans, and my mind full of thoughts about a lot of various things. Some of you may already have heard it, that I am going to move houses within the next 3 months. Effectively, the plan is to have virtual Le Mans season finale on the 15th and 16th of January as being the last race being raced in this halls, I want to say. And that may not even happen because, you know, the finale might be or will be a finale on stage in the UK. So yeah, that may not even happen right here. But you know, if stuff happens to be not too good and I need to stay here because of Corona or whatever, then this is going to be the last race within this room. Yes, I'm moving together with my girlfriend. Yes, I will get a dedicated room for sim racing, for streaming, for producing videos like this. So it will be much more like a studio. That's at least what I expect from it. And this is the reason why I have so many thoughts right now in my head. I am thinking about getting a new machine, getting a new PC, and use the current PC as being the streaming PC, because lately my CPU is clocking like mad on OBS, like 50-55% of CPU usage from OBS alone, 45% from R-Factor, and literally the cores that can do 3.7 or 3.8 gigahertz, they are running at 4.4, 4.5 continuously. And if I'm not mistaken, the turbo mode of my CPU is able to do 4.9. So, you know, we're reaching some kind of a bottleneck in the near future. And I need to find ways to get around this. And in that regard, I have so many things in mind that, how shall I say, like, they have been in mind since ever, really. Like, you know, dreaming of the big streamer setup, doing multi-PC streaming, doing different devices, different camera angles, different camera possibilities as well. Like right now, I'm recording on my Canon EOS 700D, which unfortunately is not able to feed the live picture into OBS. This is a reason why I do this recorded, but there's other reasons why I do this recorded as well. Yeah, and I want to get to the next level, really. And while going to the next level, I also want to make sure that in the future the team communication is a little bit more strict and is a little bit more restricted to you. Not because I want to take any benefit away from you guys, that's not the case at all, but at the end of the day, you know, not only friends watching, also competitors watching, and that is absolutely fine. Like, usually we keep the talking to a minimum anyway, as much as we can, but effectively my dream would be to still be able to stream to you, get calls from the engineer, and answer in a cryptic way, so nobody actually knows what's going on unless we obviously do the moves, but then you would be able to see them from the stream anyway. So that is the reason why I ultimately want to get more plugins, get more technical possibilities, but I fear that this will stress the machine even further, if you know what I mean. So with the PC reaching its bottleneck anyway, I'm about, you know, take the second shot and try to improve the streaming big time, which after all should also improve your viewer experience. So just to get you out on an idea, what is my plan? So at least get one big good camera that replaces the camera that's currently showing the screen, my wheel and the pedals all in once. That camera shall then deliver pin-sharp picture, like you're really standing aside and have 100% view of what's happening on my screen. So kind of want to make sure that you're able to kind of see each and every pixel, as long as you're obviously running on a desktop machine. That is a plan. So get a big camera, get a good audio microphone that is hanging somewhere up the head, not being in my way for driving, but actually giving you a better audio of my voice. I want to get more variety on the streaming. I want to be able to give you guys all information on the screen that I think could be useful for you. That is TV overlay, that is additional gadgets, maybe even an additional dashboard. But currently I'm mostly restricted by PC performance, because every gadget I turn on will further stress out the CPU. And yes, I'm already rendering on my GPU, but I don't know why the CPU just clocks really high. And yeah, with rFactor 2 evolving on their sim, bringing new features, and apparently probably also making the impact on CPU load quite a bit higher in the near future. Yeah, I feel that I will need to work on a solution, and that is happening in my mind right now. So as I already said, camera, audio devices maybe, cabling, wiring, new microphone. Then I need another screen somewhere on the rig where I just put, you know, what is to be seen on OBS, so that I can got control over the stream. I need to rewire the stream deck. You know, lots of stuff going on. Then the thing is, effectively, it would be great to have this as quick as possible to get the improvements straight. But then my second PC currently is over 4 meters away from the rig itself, and there is not really space, and I cannot move it around, and it's a big tragedy right now. So yeah, I think I'm getting off planning ahead for when we move the rooms, which will be after Le Mans 24. And even that has to be done within 10 days after that race, because actually earlier, because on the 28th of January I can already say that I will have the next bigger event going on, and that needs preparation. But overall, you know, my internet needs to be running, my wiring needs to be done, my sim needs to be operational at this stage. So, yeah, it's going to be fun Christmas, I guess. And, well, if you have any ideas, if you have any suggestions or any thoughts about all this, then feel free to put that down in the comment area below. Or mail me some hints with some equipment or some good use tips to simracing@michi-hoyer.com. I would very much appreciate that. And other than that, let's talk about this new format a little bit. So I got a little bit inspired actually to do this, because I think people that are following us for community reasons, for being a bit of fan reason, I think we can have a nice time sitting here, hanging out, you listening a little bit to me. I then will listen to you, what you have to say in the comments area below. And that will fuel those videos to a certain extent. You can put down questions. What do we want to talk about? What do you want to hear my thoughts on? We will also have open discussions. Well, open as this is still a monologue, but of course, when you guys put the comments down, I will reply to them or pick up on them on the next video. And furthermore, I think for those that are interested in me as a sim racing driver, as an esports athlete, you also get the bigger picture of what's actually going on in my head. So part of the program or part of the format will be me talking about the past week and what's happening on the next week, and maybe have the one or other fun story around that will somehow made ourselves laugh. And also you should get the possibility to identify yourself a bit further with me if you want to. And so we will have a little bit of insight of what's going on right now. So the next 3 months effectively will be a lot of, hey, we're moving houses. For the new studio I got this, for the new studio I got that idea. Like maybe at some point we're going to talk a little bit about the room itself, how it's going to look like, how it's going to be equipped with. I have those things already processed and done and like 99.9% finished. But so far I'm not able to show anything yet. I'm not able to really talk about that yet, so we will include that in the future episodes. There's going to be a room rig tour. I will promise that to you already. But yeah, I got inspired to sit down and have a talk, pick up some ideas, what's going on in sim racing right now, what kind of questions you guys have towards me, what do you want my opinion on. And I believe it will be a very different kind of format, and it will be probably a bit weird as well. Like, yes, I'm sitting here, I'm talking to a camera like I would talk to any other person. But sure, I want to shift that focus from having a random conversation or from having a detailed conversation and something that really possesses my mind right now, to be up here in the future, not too much on the actual driving. Like on the driving itself, there will be questions I will probably pick up on in this show, but I don't want to sit there in the rig talking continuously 10 minutes, doing 6 laps in the meanwhile, and then questioning myself how good those laps were, you know. And yeah, so since I will try to give you insight in what's going on in my head, or in my head, we've talked about, or I've talked about the rig and the improvements I want to do to the streaming, the improvements I want to have on the machine as well. Obviously I want to give you the best picture possible, which is maximum settings as much as it allows, while still being comfortable. And I think that needs a better machine, full stop. It's like I have tested many things, and right now it's very much a hybrid form of settings that I use in order to be able to stream and race at the same time. But I want to make sure that we're not that much reliable on whether we drive Monza or whether we drive a non-licensed track that has a better FPS performance. So that is one part. Then there is the other part, which is community. I have in mind, I want to improve social media activity so bad, because it's very, very important for the business itself. Ironically, the business I registered here, the local authorities, is actually called Michihoya Simracing and More. And lots of times people were like, what is this and more standing for? And this and more is not just driving, but also doing the coaching, doing the community, doing video formats like this, being informative, doing entertainment, if you want to consider this entertainment. But yeah, it's time to get this and more active, right? Not that it has not been active before, but it can surely be improved. And on the other hand, it's like, you know, you keep following your competitors as well, like Risto Caput, dependable guy, super focused, very professional driver. And you know, while being at work, and yes, I do have an 8 to 5 job that pays all my bills, because sim racing cannot. While being at work in the middays break, and you know, eating, scrolling, any news, and then you find Risto Caput posting such a paragraph, 11 a.m. in the morning, saying, this is our race coming up tonight, this is how yesterday's race was, these are our expectations for today, and please tune in. And you look at it and you're like, cool. I mean, it doesn't take long, does it? Yeah, of course not. But when I come home, I need to eat, I need to do some household. Effectively soon, not as much anymore. But right now I have to do it, full stop. And meanwhile, Jene is working on the car all morning, and I'm coming home and I'm relying on his work, and I'm trying to contribute a little bit myself with doing long run testings or doing a stream where I do something that you guys can only guess, while I know. But a lot of my daytime and a lot of my actual business requires me to be 100% disciplined, 98% efficient, actually higher, but you can't always be 100% efficient, so 98. Did I say 89? 98. And obviously there is the point of time where I need to chill, and that should not start 1 a.m. in the morning short before I go to bed. So effectively there are things of the business and there are things of in my mind that kind of drop off the table because of the time. And one of that is being social media. And that makes me a bit mad, because I'm 100% sure you guys have looked at my social media channels at some point and be like, okay, why is he now posting a result of a race that's 8 days ago? It's completely dated. Yeah, it's because my time schedule was so strict, I didn't want to do or couldn't do it on after race day. And the days after, despite it was prepared, Exactly that happens when you don't recharge the batteries enough, and well, stuff goes wrong. But okay, it happened. Yeah, to come back on the point, most of the time I have those posts ready, and yeah, then I forgot to do them in the days afterwards because I'm already preparing for the next race. And that is sad for you, as you deserve obviously my report on it. I have the time after the race in the stream considerably short, and just giving a quick thought of how I felt the race was today. And yeah, for those that have missed it, or just like, general for sponsors, for partners and so on, I think it's important to have the social media up. And this is where I'm really, really lacking on. And I have currently many ideas, like, and feel free, guys, to put down your expectations and put down your thoughts and your feedback and your ideas. But effectively, I have in mind to find an agency that can assist me, or B, find a marketing manager, or a social media marketing manager, actually, that can take off load in that regard. And of course, if there is someone volunteering to that, I take that 100%, will be absolutely fine. If one of you guys want to assist me in that area, feel free to to tell. But at the end of the day, let's be honest, this sim racing business has, or is giving me some good money. I do have some income from that, and therefore I'm absolutely ready to pay for a service. That's not the point. But yeah, you want to find the correct person that is kind of just qualified to do it, that has the correct I don't want to say mindset, but the dedication, and is really wanting to help in that area, whether that is an agency or whether that is a marketing manager or whatever. It has to be need to be good for both sides. Like, they need to do it with joy, I need to have a good feeling with it, and if there is money transfer in between, then this should kind of be worth it, which is where we are at the next point. Like, yes, there is some income, and yes, there is quite some social media reach already, but is it huge enough to take that step? Feel free to tell me to just F off and just like, Mitchie, stop thinking about this. But I want to get more professional. I want my esports career to look more professional, and I think I need to take that steps and focus on what I can do good, which is sim racing. Focus on what I can do okay, which is streaming to a certain extent. But for the stuff I'm lacking around, like right now, massive shout out to Lexar. He has supported me this year with graphics, thumbnails and stuff. Holy shit. He has really taken my stream to the next level, also supported me with some liveries. Great job by him, and I always keep telling him, mate, honestly, if I ask you ever something and you're not up for it, just say, Mitchie, stop the shit, I'm out of this. I keep telling him that. And that would be the same for everyone that would want to volunteer with stuff on social media. So, I don't want anyone to do anything together with me that he doesn't want to. Full stop, period. So, the reason why I also said some volunteer, that would work, because I would try to give obviously the most material up front. It's just about the actual doing, the actual posting, the actual tagging. Do it with a little bit of a schedule and system. This is where I lack. Like, I obviously can do posts myself. All the posts I do right now are done by myself, but they have a big variety and they should have a big consistency. And that is a bit of like this at the minute. And therefore, if there's someone that wants to volunteer, right now what I have in mind is, like, when I do a race, I have a thumbnail or I have a template ready already, and all that would need to be done is like somehow put the result in, or I need to somehow do it, and someone else to, put the text already into the editors and stuff, maybe get a quote from me or whatever. But I think it's not much, and this is the point where I'm heavily deciding, like, an agency may be too expensive for like a 15-minute job per day. Probably not even per day, like 45-minute job per week. So I have to find the right partner for that business. So that's on my mind. And to come to an end, to bring this to a finish, what I'm thinking about is this video format now. We've kind of had the first episode. Whether it will be a first episode of many, or a one and only thing because it completely flopped, that is probably up to you now. But what I have in mind is to have like a weekly video on a Friday afternoon, Friday evening, rehearsing what happened on the week. If we don't have a specific topic to talk about, have some, insights from testing, have some ideas, have some what's going on, like what has the debrief out of Wednesday afternoon after the first disastrous VEC testing with Installation Lab. Obviously we had a team debrief, we did some work, we fixed some stuff. As you've seen on Thursday, I could finally drive the car longer than 5 laps. So that would be the thing for such video going through my mind. Any questions you want me to have the personal opinion on, I'll put them all down in the comment area below. That is what I have in mind. And then just some, sit down, have a talk about either an event, an experience, a series that we did, and enjoy having a little bit of, well, it is a monologue conversation, but effectively I'm talking to you guys, and you guys can answer me on the comments or via email, and I will come back to that. And my question to you guys would be, would you appreciate such kind of format? Put your thoughts, put your ideas, put your feedback and your honest opinion about that down in the comment area below. Feel free to say, Mitchy, stop doing the crap, just hop into your rig and do what you can do best, which is show us how to drive, or do good driving. That said, disclaimer, no, I don't feel like a driving god. For those that already say, oh, you're such an arrogant, like you say you can good driving, blah, 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 showing us how to drive and then crash. Yeah, that happens. Humans do mistake. But real talk now, that is actually what I have in mind towards this format. And maybe we can hang out and have a good time here each and every Friday for 20-25 minutes. Give you guys a bit ideas, you guys give me a little bit ideas, and then something great will come out of this, right? And to finish this off, tomorrow Virtual Endurance Championship 12:15. I hope you guys will be around. Jenny Simoncic and David Mrožek with me on the DPI Hypercar for the 8 hours of Spa. It's going to be hell of a race. Right now it's not particularly sure whether we expect rain or not rain. Let's have a look. So guys, give yourself some shots. Hope we have a good time. Hope this format would be something you guys are particularly interested in. And then I'd say we see each other on the very next stream tomorrow for the 8 hours of Spa. Next week we got loads of LMVS going on. So not sure if a Friday video would be possible right there. Perhaps, since I can record it on Thursday already. We'll have to see. Guys, I'm looking forward to hear your thoughts. I hope you have a good time. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you have happy and pleasant people around you. And then that's gonna do it for this Friday. Hope to see you guys on the stream. See you there. Goodbye.